here is the review of Mastermind Creations Exitus, which is this guy. And this is their take on an IDW Getaway. And as you can see, next to him is the original G1 Getaway. And my dad is here with me.
Hey, y'all. Howdy. So, let me go and get this straight. This is Exitus from Mastermind Creation?
A third-party company.
Okay.
And this is their take on Getaway from the IDW comics.
Okay. This is their take on Getaway from IDW, and this is the original G1 Power Master Transformer Getaway with his little buddy Rev,
which is his Power Master. And first off, as you can tell, you can tell that this is a white, like a bone white color, whereas this one's all yellow because
of time. Because of time, and the white has dinged out, and that's the problem with this Transformer. Over time, the white has faded. And let's see here. So, okay.
And also, in vehicle modes, this is a more realistic vehicle, whereas this is a more Cybertronian vehicle.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to move. We will bring him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, one more thing. One more thing about this. This is also a repaint and remold of Mastermind Creations Exitus, which is their take on IDW Rodimus. And I don't have Exitus, but if I get him, I'll show you the comparisons of this guy and Exitus to see what's been changed and what's not been changed.
Okay, so we're going to move him out the way because the spotlight's on Exitus, okay, which is Getaway from the what?
The IDW comic.
IDW Comics. Okay.
So as you can see, he does have some orange paint on the wheels here, and I think, yeah, the back ones also have some orange here. And as you can see here, you can store his gun here because it pegs into that hole, into the handle of the gun. And he rolls really well. If you have everything tapped in correctly and lined up perfectly, he will roll really well.
One thing I noticed is that the colors, the red is about the same off of the G1 compared to Exitus?
This is a more translucent red, whereas that's just a painted red.
Yeah, this red and that red. That's pretty almost the red windshield and the red right there and there.
Well, this red here on the back is like a
I want to say a magenta, but I'm not sure if I'm...
It's not a magenta. It's more like a purpley red. I think you can call it. Same on here. And you can also see that there's some orange lining here. And of course the cockpit here is a translucent red. And he does have some painted in lights here for the front. And some more of that purple red here on the sides.
Which that one and this one here is way different, as y'all can see. This one here is more of a race car, G1, and then this one here is Cybertronian. So that is the difference.
And I think that's about it for the vehicle mode. So now to transform him. First off, what I like to do is I like to take these and remove these. You don't have to remove these. You can still transform him with these on, but I like to remove these so I can make it much easier for me. And these are packed separately in the box. So there is some assembly you have to do if you take him out of the box. So to start off the transformation, you want to take the back section here and well, but before you do that, come underneath here and untab what will become his feet from what will become his arms here. So that way you can take the back and slide it out. Oh, and this hole is where that clear red tab on the bottom of the cockpit goes into. So you also want to untab it from there. Now you want to take these here, untap them and bring them out. And these tab into these holes and these pegs here. Now you want to take the front here and separate it. So it's like that. And you also want to take this entire thing here, untap it also. And you also want to bring these out. Then take these here, bring them up. And they also tap into these pegs here, into these holes here. And you also want to take these things here, bring them down. Come underneath here. Take these here, bring these all the way down, and then bring these down until they tap in. Then take, well, before you bring these down, bring these all the way in, and then bring these down. Then you do the same on the other side. I was just checking to make sure that I didn't break anything. And I didn't. Now for the feet here, what you want to do with his feet is that you want to flip them up, and you also want to slide them back until they click into place. And when you're going back into vehicle mode, you want to slide his feet forward and then point them down when you're going back into vehicle mode. Then you bring back the heel, and there you go.
It's a soft thump. It's not a hard click. It's like a soft thump. But you can hear it.
And now I gotta straighten up my camera. Now you want to take these here and untap them and bring them out so that they're like this. Then okay, you want to take the back wheels here and bring them down, which will reveal his head. And you also want to bring his head forward. Then you want to take this piece here, untap it and bring it down. And then you can bring his head up to about there. Oh, I didn't have this slide all the way up. But once you slide this all the way up, you can now take this piece here and you want to untap it from the peg there that was from the wheel commode, and you want to take this and rotate it all the way around. First have to get his legs out of the way. Okay. I got it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take this and rotate it all the way around so it's facing this way. But first you gotta make sure that tab is out of the way.
So that's what was getting caught, was that tab right there?
Yes.
Okay.
So you just rotate it around. Then you want to take these here, untap them, and bring them down. And then you can bring this all the way up.
And that forms his chest. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you also want to take these, bring these up.
Okay.
And I have to straighten up my camera. Now you want to take these here, where his arms are connected to, untap them, and rotate them up. And this is going to go into that black peg right there, into this hole, and that white tab is going to go into a hole in these things here.
Okay, while you're doing that, let's see here. Hey, there you are, right there. This is what I remember. This is the G1 right here. Getaway. And that's the little sidekick Rev. And I think he looks a pretty good little race car. These were the Power Masters. And you had a slew of couple of Power Masters where the engines, you had to press the engine to transform the Autobot or Decepticon. And then you also had your Target Masters, and then you also had your Hit Masters. And here we are.
Oh, okay. You're supposed to take these and tap them into here. You just have to make sure that his chest is lined up correctly, so that way the peg will fit into the holes here. And you just rotate his arms down, take his elbows here, untap them, and bring them down. And you just straighten his arms up. And you want to take these here, untap them, bring them up, and rotate them so that they're like this.
Okay.
And then you can attach these back on. And I just had these the wrong way. And you're done.
Go ahead. I'm going to transform this one here, G1, off camera. Go ahead, tell more. Try to be quiet as I can. Alright.
And he looks really cool looking. Obviously, this is the Calidus mold with a lot of new things added to it. And he even has a brand new head. And his eyes are painted in. I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but his eyes are painted in. Oh, you can now see his eyes are painted. And oh,
okay, go ahead.
And overall, he looks really nice and a great homage to his IDW comic book design.
So what do we have right here? What is this little pile right here? Do you want to tell them about this?
First, I gotta show them the articulation.
Okay. Y'all ready?
For articulation, head is, yeah, his head is on a ball joint, but it is a bit limited due to these collar things getting in the way. And his arms do rotate all the way around, but they do get hindered by the back fins here. And they can move in and out. And if you want to, you can use that joint right there to give it even more out.
So he's got a good range of arm posability.
Okay. He does have a bicep swivel, but it is limited due to the back piece here, which is this. But he does have an elbow swivel here. And he does have double jointed elbows. Hands are on a ball joint. And his hands do open and close, and he also does have the trigger finger. waist swivel, legs can move forward and back, move in and out on a soft ratchet, thigh swivel, knee joint, and his feet can move up and down, and a little bit of ankle pivot. But if you want him to have more ankle pivot, you can, well, if you want to, you can slide his feet forward to have him more ankle pivot.
Okay. Is that it for articulation?
Yes, and
Okay.
he can hold his gun in his hand. And of course, like the other Mastermind Creations figures, he comes with the collector's card with the stats on the back and the instructions / comic book. Now, he does come with one more accessory, and that is this here. This is an accessory for the Mastermind Creations IDW Chrome Dome and Rewind. Because if you remember on the first release of IDW Chrome Dome and Rewind made by Mastermind Creations, for the holding hands, they forgot to paint Rewind's hand to match the color of Rewind's hands. But here they gave you a painted hand for Chrome Dome and Rewind, so you can have them hold hands.
Okay. Alrighty. That's strange, but okay. Okay. Now, this is some of the comparison that we was talking about. G1. This is G1 with Rev Getaway. So, as far as the head sculpt, they kept the head sculpt almost the same. You know, that's good. There's more detail on the head sculpt with this one here compared to G1.
And I think this has the same details like this guy, because...
Well, what they did was they kept some of the, if you notice something, the shoulders, that's a part that stands out, like this one here. Even on the IDW, they did it. Where the G1, the doors originally flipped out. Now the arms right here is still blue. Mm-hmm. They still kept some of the same colors here. And then white, he's not a Power Master.
Because he was not a Power Master in the IDW comics.
But in the G1 original, he is a Power Master with his little buddy Rev, who forms the engine for Getaway. That gun right there, that kind of looks like hot rods or Rodimus. Is that a same gun? I'm just wondering.
That is the same gun. I don't know if it's a different version or if it's just the same.
You can say that looks very familiar. That looks very familiar. So anyway, where he has flares and boots and stuff like that down here, this is G1. This is all we got. He has no leg articulation whatsoever, where here you get all the articulation you want. So to see his transformation, it's down in the logo in the description box.
So if you want to know how to transform G1 Getaway, go watch that video
of G1 Getaway and Rev. And we're going to take him back out of the spotlight and get him back to IDW. I think they did a good job. The head sculpt is the same but better detail and better molding compared to the G1. The arms I like. They still kept, and evidently that's a staple of this character, is the flared out shoulders, because I see that in every single one of them. He always has a flare out shoulders. That's just part of his homage to him. So he does transform into a Cybertronian car. Okay, yeah, car.
Except it's Cybertronian instead of realistic.
Right, because it's going by IDW, and he's not a Power Master.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha, got it. As far as the IDW, they did a good job. They did a good job, but you have to follow this line and lineage of Transformers to understand where IDW comes from.
Because IDW has really good storytelling. Because they know how to do storytelling.
And their Transformers are not bad looking. They got plenty of articulation compared to what we have. So I'm pretty much done with the review on this one. If there's anything else you want to say, Colton, go for it. I'm just going to be quiet and back out of this.
Final thoughts. I also like the design of Getaway here, because it captures his look in the comics, and overall really cool. So I think that's about it. So there you have Mastermind Creations Exitus, their take on IDW Getaway, and a quick look at the Generation 1 Getaway. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more.
As always, thank you for watching. Me and my son, we appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.